Hey everybody, I'm Cher Pavanelli. I'm the director of House with a Heart, and my dear husband Joe and I got everything started in 2006. So this year is our 12th year, and we want to take the month of April and honor all of our volunteers and all of the people who helped to make House with a Heart a success.
I love coming here. I tell people it's my home away from home. I love the animals, obviously, and I love Cher because I just think she's such a unique, wonderful person who, and I'm not just saying this because she's standing over there, I'm saying this because I truly have never met anyone like her.
Are you guys having a log fest?
I seem to have an affinity for senior citizens, children, and senior dogs. I've worked with children for many years, and I worked with senior citizens for many years. And in my senior years, I decided that my guilty pleasure was going to be have the senior dogs come and stay at the sanctuary where I can take care of them and love them until they pass away, and I never ever have to worry about whether they're being taken care of or not.
What she has done for these animals and how she has dedicated her life to this is just, it brings tears to my eyes literally when I talk about her. And I talk about this to everyone. When I go home, that's what I talk about. I make sure that everyone knows where I'm volunteering and why and what it's about. I love spreading the word about it.
This is Copper, and I think he's pretty much up there in age. I want to say 15, but I'm not real sure. And he's a real sweet guy. You have to be careful with him, just because he's got some stuff going on with his chest. But he does pretty good at being held and getting some attention. And that's what we want to do, is give the dogs, especially the really older ones who don't get around much, however long their life's going to be, whether it's 2 weeks or a couple years, they can have some love and safety, be taken care of. So, I don't know. You always got a lot of love to give, and it's nice to receive it back from them.
Happy lived with a family who loved him very, very much. And one morning they woke up and he wasn't able to walk. And it was a shock. So they took him to the vet, and the vet explained that he needed to go to see a neurologist because they really didn't know what had happened to him. And the family opted not to. And they took care of him for about a year like that, but it just became too much. So we agreed to have him come and stay with us at House with a Heart. And now he wears a diaper and a nightie so that when he pulls himself across the floor, he doesn't hurt himself or get too dirty. And he has a cart that he loves to get in and run all around in the yard. He can move pretty fast. So he's living a happy life.
This is Tinker. Can be moody, but she lets me cuddle her and pick her up, and she gives me kisses sometimes. I've been volunteering for about 1.5 years, and I've got to say it's one of the best experiences. I'm obsessed with senior dogs, so being able to be around them is just a dream come true. I have a senior dog. He just turned 15, and the older he gets, the more I love him. And I just have learned to appreciate the older dogs, and I adore them all.
The volunteer program for House with a Heart started after my husband Joe passed away in 2008. After he passed away, I was feeling pretty awful, and the dogs were the way that I was able to work through my grief. So I kept taking on more and more, so I'd be busier and busier and busier, and it got to be a lot of work. And my one volunteer, Harriet, said to me, Cher, you need to get help. You need to ask for volunteers. And so I decided that maybe she had a point. And so that's when we started taking volunteers. And now that the volunteer program has grown so much, I just couldn't do it without them.
I'm kind of like a novice volunteer here. The concept of giving them a place to fill out whatever lives are in store for them, I think is very important. And I think that what Cher is doing and the total selflessness of the way that she does it, it's very, very easy to try to assist her in doing this.
A lot of the chores are just things to keep the dogs comfortable. Fresh water, putting out new treats, replenishing the treats. If we have time, we brush them and check their eyes and check them over to make sure they're doing okay. But we do everything. But the most fun part is giving the dogs attention. So sneak in, trying to spend time with the dogs whenever I can. And they appreciate the attention so much. Every time I leave, I realize how much more there was that to be done. And so I'm always anxious to come back.
With all these doggies here, we need a lot of volunteers. That's a lot of dog poopy to clean up in the yard. And so our volunteers do so much stuff. They help with grooming, changing diapers, you name it, they do it.
We got laundry going. We did water bowls.
All with happy hearts. And we really couldn't do what we do here at House with a Heart without all the volunteers.
I've always been sort of, and I don't mean this as a terrible pun, but always for the underdog. And so I've always been interested in helping animals. And it seemed like senior animals who are so overlooked. And I drove by one time, I was like, yes, this is another place where I want to volunteer here. Well, this is called the Playroom, and I'm sort of responsible for it. I come here once a week, so all the bedding gets changed, all this stuff comes out and goes into the laundry. Vacuum, mopped, clean the water bowls, refill, and then there's all the food to be restocked. I'm here for about 3 hours, and by the end of my shift, I feel like it's gone by super fast. So when I leave here, it's like, that was good. That was good.
I've been volunteering at House with a Heart since 2011, and I guess I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I take care of the cats every other Wednesday. The other Wednesday, I do whatever needs to be done, whether it's taking care of the dogs, making sure that everybody's exercised, and cleaning and poop scooping and whatever needs to be done. I definitely love animals. There's something very compelling about a relationship with a dog or a cat. They are kind of your friends through thick and thin, and when you come here, you have a lot of feline and canine friends, and human friends too.
And the volunteers have become like family. They're my family and my friends, and we just really couldn't do it without them, and we're so grateful.
I really love senior dogs. It's kind of a passion of mine. It's really good to come here and, try to help a little bit. When I leave here, I feel like I've been a little bit of help, and it just makes me feel good to volunteer and help out, because just the little bit that I've seen, and I know it's a huge operation, and it takes just an enormous amount of energy and hard work to keep it going. Got that many 5s done. This is the rest of them. But I really like it. It's nice to be here with people that love senior dogs.
Let's see. This is Dixie. She's one of our residents. And she's a lover, and this is why I do this.
He's 21 years old. We're trying to let him do what he wants to do.
I just love the dogs. I've had dogs growing up, and they're great companions. They give you unconditional love. And these guys seem to know that they've been rescued and they're in a good place. And it's just a wonderful feeling to be here with them and to share that. Dixie didn't have a home. She's got a home here now. She's got lots of friends. And everyone seems to get along. They all seem to understand. Which is a wonderful thing. And I just love being here. I love sharing it with them. Good times.
And we want to honor all of our volunteers. That means our followers on Facebook, our supporters, our volunteers, and all our friends and family. Thanks for everything that you do for us and making House with a Heart a success. And Piper says so too. Mwah! I love you, Pipey.